Hey folks, I had watched on YouTube somebody had creatively put together a quick target stand using PVC piping. That's 1.5-inch pipes cut to 15-inch lengths with a couple of T-joints and some elbow joints. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pieces, 15 inches long, some T-joints, 2 of them, and 4 elbow joints. And you can see it makes a nice stand that you can put some furring strips in to set up a target or a barricade or whatever else you might want to do. So I took that idea and said, well, how hard would it be to make a bobber target or a swinging target? And this is kind of what I came up with. So here the base is basically the same, although I cut the 2 sides here in the middle so I could insert a T-joint there and have some vertical posts so that I can have some furring strips there to put a block in front of the target. This cross piece here is 1.25 inches instead of 1.5 inches, and this T is a 2-inch piece so that this will swing easily around the 1.25 inches. If you used 1.5 inches, there would be too much friction there. And then just a couple of scrap pieces here to prevent this from sliding side to side. There's a tiny little piece of 1.5 inches stuck in here to hold this cross to this T. And then 2 little end pieces, some other T-joints with a cap on the bottom to prevent the furring strip from falling out. It can be held up with a simple little stick. This doesn't need a hinge or anything like that because this is round. There's really no friction there and it pulls out really easily. But if you wanted it very sensitive, you could make that a hinged piece of wood. And you can get creative with, blocking this with kind of a no-shoot target in the middle, or to the side, or a combination of the two. Make this barrier as big as you want. If I had to do it again, I would actually want another little vertical piece here so that I could have had another furring strip there to fully kind of block it off. But whatever, this works well enough. And then with some leftover scraps, I just made this C shape, again with a T in the middle so I could put a little furring strip in there. I have an old piece of a metal target so I can shoot that. That's going to yank the stick out, and then the bobber starts to bob. So here, I'll just kick it over, and then you can see the bobber bobs back and forth, or swings back and forth, presents itself for shooting. At the bottom here, for weight, I just used a big piece of metal pipe scrap that I had lying around, and actually inside there's another smaller piece of pipe that I filled with a little bit of concrete. Both of these are still free floating, so if I take this screw out, I can lift this up and hold it up this high, or whatever height you kind of want to set it to control the amplitude and velocity of the swings. So you can see it swings very freely. There's no requirement for lubrication or anything else. The whole thing disassembles as much as you want it to, depending on where you put the glue. So you can take these out. This is not glued in, so I can just lift this center part out. So that the base is there, and then my T piece here. If I had to do it again, I glued this center joint here. What I should have done is at least one of these 2 pieces, I should have just drilled through it and put a retaining screw there, which would allow me to turn this way so that it would lie flat. Right now it doesn't you know, if I want to carry it in the car, you can see it still holds that T-shape because I glued it all together, wanting the rigidity, and didn't think about screwing it together when that's what I should have done. Obviously the furring strips just slide right out. So if you wanted to make it lie flat, I would suggest screws, not glue right there. But you do need to glue some of it. You can't just let friction hold it together because the movement will kind of shake itself apart if you don't glue it or screw it. You know, and then the little T-shape that you knock over, assemble it however you want, or pull the stick out with a rope back to your shooting area, or you could attach it to some action target that you have. But you know, just 20 bucks worth of pipe. Get creative. Let's see what you can come up with. Thanks for watching.